We usually talk to business owners who have been in business for years, sometimes decades. But today we're going to talk to two brothers, Julian and Ethan, who started a new lawn care and landscaping business. Let's go find out from these guys how their business is going so far.
Really, we're three hardworking young men. We give great prices. We're honest with our work, and I feel like there's room for everybody here. It's a $105 billion industry.
Okay.
And I think there's plenty of room for us to grow, even with that competition, because of our honesty, and we do great work.
I think another huge thing is we're young, right? We don't have any other responsibilities outside of work.
Sure.
So that plays a huge factor for us. Just doing in our everyday life. We don't have to wake up, call the wife, see how the kids are doing. We just wake up and we go to work and then we come home.
So you started a lawn care business with each other. How did you get the idea? When was it born between you two?
Yeah, so this past couple years I've been working landscaping in Mississippi while going to college. And it was kind of earlier this year where I was like, man, I could be doing this by myself.
Sure.
And that's when I called Julian up, and he was in St. Louis, wherever he was, and we talked over it for a couple of weeks, and it was kind of like, okay, yeah, let's start planning it up. And then from there, it took us 2 or 3 months to come up with a full business plan, and then from there we moved down here, and we've been going at it ever since.
Very nice.
I was kind of doing my own thing. I was in sales and whatnot, and we decided that we can definitely build our own empire somewhat, and so we just said, we're gonna do it.
Cool. Normally our viewers, we're interviewing businesses that have been in business for decades sometimes. Can you tell us about some of the challenges of just starting your own business that you're facing right now?
Yeah, no doubt. The biggest challenge that I've seen in the field is your everyday maintenance stuff. The other week we had a battery go bad on one of our best mowers, and we had to take an hour and a half to go to the store, get a new battery and change it. But
sure.
Other than that, it's basically just your everyday problems for me. I don't know, Julian can kind of tell you what he's had in the marketing side.
Yeah, just finding your target audience and just finding a good marketing campaign that works for you. It's my first time doing a marketing campaign or whatnot for a lawn care landscape business, and It's going well so far, but yeah, just finding your target audience, and that's pretty much been the biggest problem, but we're definitely getting used to it. So.
Nice. So you picked South Florida as your base of operations, and there's tons of lawn care businesses that already exist here. Why did you guys pick this location with all the competitors that exist here?
So it's year-round here, and really we're three hardworking young men. We give great prices. We're honest with our work, and I feel like there's room for everybody here. It's a $105 billion industry.
Okay.
And I think there's plenty of room for us to grow, even with that competition, because of our honesty, and we do great work.
I think another huge thing is we're young, right? We don't have any other responsibilities outside of work.
Sure.
So that plays a huge factor for us. Just doing in our everyday life. We don't have to wake up, call the wife, see how the kids are doing. We just wake up and we go to work and then we come home and we're good.
Yeah.
That's been huge for us.
That's a great point.
Nice. So we talked a little bit about marketing. What have you guys done to attract new clients since you've started your business here?
So our initial marketing campaign, we used the Every Door direct mail system.
Okay.
And that's a system to where you can see the demographic of a zip code and then break that down even into sub-zip codes.
Okay.
You can see the age, the average income, which addresses are residential, which addresses are business. And so we sent out postcards to 2,000 people. Nice. We're still in that process of knocking those 2,000 doors. So they get a postcard and they get a door hanger. That's 2 points of contact right there.
Okay.
And then as far as online lead generation goes, because that's huge nowadays, we're on Google Ads, Yelp for Business, Facebook ads, and look to be on Angie's List and that stuff soon, but it's expensive, so we got to grow a little bit before we do that.
So let's say you've acquired a client from using your marketing.
Right.
How do you go about estimating the cost for a job and giving the client a price quote?
So it's pretty much everything is based off square footage. Lawn maintenance, the first visit is roughly $1 per man per minute, just we've never mowed that yard before, and then after that it's roughly 3 cents a square foot. And that's a set price. Once we get that set price, then they're weekly, bi-weekly, whatever, it's gonna be that set price.
Okay.
For yard cleanups, it's roughly 6 cents a square foot. And then for pressure washing, we also do pressure washing. It's 25 cents a square foot and can get up to 35 cents if it's a more complex job.
Sure.
And for the landscaping side, like the garden bed installation, the sod installation, we do 90 cents to $1 per square foot, but that's really a case-by-case basis. We really go, every job we go out and estimate, me and Ethan ourselves,
Sure.
and we give a fair estimate based off of the time it's going to take us and the cost for materials if it's a landscaping job, and yeah.
So normally when we're interviewing business owners, it's a single point of contact, like one guy that runs the business.
Right.
With the two of you, does it bring more talent? Do you each have different talents that you bring to running the business?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm kind of more the white collar side, you could say, like the sales, the marketing, the finances. I head that. We both do everything together, but that's kind of my main department.
Sure.
And then Ethan, he's head of field operations. So as we get more employees, he'll be the one training them. He oversees everything in the field and makes the final decision on that.
Okay.
We do everything together, but having him kind of run the blue collar side and me the white collar side, it helps us delegate our task and get things done efficiently, and we both do what we're best at. So.
Yeah, I mean, him being in the sales side and controlling all the jobs and the leads that we're getting is huge, because when I'm out there working and controlling the 1,000 other things that I've got to do in the field, he's dealing with the 1,000 other things that you got to deal with on the business side.
Always answering the phone and everything, because a lot of people are out there working their butt off, but when a client's calling, they can't get anyone to answer them. It's tough, and so customer service and customer relations you're a service industry. We're in a service industry, so you have to kind of be a top of the line customer service.
Yeah. So you mentioned the two of you, and you mentioned a third person as well. So you have an employee already that works with you?
Yes.
Yeah, so Trace is my buddy who worked in Mississippi with me for 2 years in landscaping.
Okay.
And through him, we kind of just worked so well together on that job through our boss, where it was like when me and him came up with this idea, I was like, hey, like, do you want to come move to Florida with us and kind of start this thing up?
Sure.
And he was a diamond in the rough. I mean, he had never been out of Mississippi more than once.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, no doubt, I'm all aboard. And that's when we all three kind of came together and kept pushing our business plan more and more. And here we are now. Yeah.
That's awesome.
He's our go-to guy. We trust him, and we're very lucky to have him, to be honest.
Nice. That's important.
Huge.
So between landscaping or lawn care, what do you find is the most profitable for you guys? You mentioned some other things like pressure washing and things like that.
I would say landscaping is definitely more profitable. I mean, landscaping is project-based. It's bigger projects. You're completely redoing someone's yard or completely redoing something in their on their home or whatnot.
Sure.
But lawn care, you can get more jobs. So if you have a full pack schedule, you can make good money on lawn care.
Yeah.
But landscaping, especially landscaping construction, which is somewhere we hope to be in a few years,
Sure.
I would say that's most profitable.
So you just mentioned some of the services that you provide. Can you tell me more about all the services that you provide to clients?
100%. So when it comes to like lawn-based stuff, we do your average cut, trim, edge, pulling weeds. When it comes to the landscaping, we do small tree removal, sod installation, power washing if you call it landscaping.
Garden bed installation.
Yeah, garden bed
too.
installation, bush trimmings, tree trimmings, pool cleaning. I mean, pretty much anything that you could imagine that doesn't require a bucket truck or huge heavy equipment, we do.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever outdoors that people don't feel like doing, we'll take care of it ourselves.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you looking to start a new business or to grow an existing business? If so, check out the Heavy Ape course, which shows contractors and tradesmen how to grow a business that generates millions of dollars per year. We'll put a link in the description below. And you mentioned earlier some very specifics for estimating new jobs.
Yeah.
What were some resources that you used to determine what that pricing model should be?
A lot of it was getting quotes from competitors, giving them an address in Florida when I was 14 hours away making this business plan, and just getting estimates off that. Obviously going online and seeing the general average price for lawn care and landscaping, and really just getting quotes from competitors and comparing it to online and wanting to be kind of on that lower end of the price, just because we are young and we want to earn people's trust. And then as time goes, we can raise our prices or just do whatever works best for us.
Yeah.
Especially the Google satellite thing. I mean, I'm not really the one who does the pricing on the jobs, but you can go to Google satellite and you can see their house and you can measure the exact square foot of their yard or all that other stuff. That's kind of where we go, and then we'll go and manually do it with that stick and see the length of the yard or whatever. But.
So speaking of just getting out there and doing it, a lot of people are choosing between college or actually going and starting their own business. Do you have any advice from your own personal experience that you would offer to people about that?
100%. So for me, it was, I never really was a school guy, ever. But college was definitely one of those things that I wanted to give a shot.
Sure.
So what I did is I went to college. I did the fraternity thing. I met so many great guys and people. But what it did for me, it kind of tore me to where I knew what I didn't want to do and I knew what I wanted to do.
Okay.
Because I was working landscaping and going to school at the same time. And I knew that being out in the field and getting dirty all day and then coming home and drinking the cold water and going straight to bed, that's what I like to do. Rather than going to 2 or 3 classes a day and learning about stuff that I didn't care about.
Sure.
That was
Definitely.
my side.
And school was never my thing. High school wasn't my thing, to be honest. I ended up wanting to go to business school eventually, so I got my associate's degree in general studies online. It was relatively cheap, and after that I realized I really don't want to go to business school. I had a pretty good business mind. I went into sales, ran a few fireworks stands and whatnot, did door-to-door pest control sales, and realized like I'm working for somebody else and I'm working my tail off. I can definitely do my own thing, and I don't think I need that business degree to necessarily run a business.
So when you guys made your business plan, did you develop a 5-year outlook for where you want to be 5 years from now, and what does that look like for you?
Yeah, definitely. So we covered a lot of things in our business plan, one thing being that 5-year plan. In 5 years, we want to have a lot of the same customers we have now, but instead of just mowing their lawn or just doing one solid job for them, we want to mow their lawn one day and build a patio for them in their backyard the other day. Customers that we've built rapport with and that know us kind of have those same clients and just take care of every single outdoor need they have.
Right.
And kind of just build with that, and yeah.
Especially in that 5-year plan. I want to be doing like, hey man, I want to get a call and say, hey, we want to redo our whole backyard. Can you guys take care of it? Yes,
Yeah.
No doubt. That's exactly what I want to do.
And then once we install that new backyard, then still mow their yard and still just do everything under the sun for them.
Nice.
And build that connection with those customers, so in 5, even 2, 3 years, they do trust us to do those big jobs for them.
Well, you guys, thank you for your time today.
Of course. Thank you so
It
much,
was nice
Steve.
meeting you.
I appreciate it so much, man.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sweet.